Yaber have sent me this, thank you very much to them, to check out for you for review today. It's a projector. I can't work out online, it says it's a projector 4K, 700 ANSI. The box says it's got a display resolution of 1080. I think that it accepts a 4K signal, but I think the resolution of the projector is going to be 1080, so let's find out. What we got? We'll stand, the accessories, and the projector itself. And what are they claiming this can do? They're sort of semi-portable, semi-home use. It's not one of these ultra-portable projectors, and Yaber have an ultra-portable projector as well. They're saying this could be for your home projector for your bedroom, or maybe outdoor as well. You can see in the same line it says projector 4K, and then it says FHD 1080p projector. So I think it will accept a 4K signal and then give you a 1080p output. But hey, that might be fine at the kind of price point. UK plug, HDMI in, very nice. See what it says in the brand kit. Happy, quick start guide, remote control. It also says it has Dolby audio, so we'll see how good that is. It seems to have a reasonably large speaker panel on the front. And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't really know that I've got a large white wall anywhere in my house. So we'll have to figure something out to test this out at its full size. The special feature is it looks better and sounds perfect, apparently. A detachable mobile gimbal. I'm not sure, I guess this is what I'd call a gimbal. It's just a stand that you can tilt. Should be useful though for getting it to project at the right height. Okay, I've completed the installation. Plug it in. It is nicely branded. Lots of smiles. But you know, these can be joyful things if you've got something you want to show. Put a big football match on a big screen or something. It's a nice thing to do. It doesn't have a USB-C in. What I would have thought a modern thing might have a USB-C input. So then I could go ahead and just go straight from my phone. That's what I was hoping to do. Can go phone wirelessly though, so let's see if it's got that option. And I suppose I'm going to try and put it up on this wall behind me. There we go. Just needed a bit of a wipe straight out of the box actually. Dust on it. There was a remote control, it was just in the box. That'd be quite cool if you can do Netflix things directly on it. Okay, it says that autofocus. You can switch it left and right. Best distance is 2 to 3 meters. And auto keystoning it said as well. I haven't seen that. All right, I'm just setting up, aren't I, at the minute? So English, this could be streamlined. I'll get it set up. And you can mirrorcast to it. That should be cool. Which you can do from my phone. HDMI port, Bluetooth as well. I think that's probably Bluetooth with speakers. Yeah. It's not for sending signal. Tells you the different options. For instance, 2 HDMI, so you could have one for your games console, one for your computer. That's cool. And an output for your sound as well. Cool. All signed in on Netflix and it looks pretty good. Although I haven't quite got it perfectly focused. You can hear the sound is good.
Let's get back to doing what men do best.
And I can see this as having a place in a children's bedroom, for instance. I can also see sort of summer movie nights. It is quite crisp on there. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Let's see, let's go in the menus and see what all we can do. Picture modes, there we go. So let's try the keystone. Okay, so auto correction after boot. Okay, so yes, let's turn off. Yep, there we go, that did it that time. Brilliant. Different inputs, settings, some projection then. That's how it's being projected. Yes, that's like orientation, focus, autofocus, yeah. Manual focus. That is as close as it will focus. I think I do need to be slightly further back still. Obviously, the one thing I know I won't get copyright strikes from. I wish these things would just let you type in old-fashioned, use the number keys. Has the world forgotten that we used to do that? Kindle does inexpensive premium so well. I had the first paperwhite, and this launch of the Kindle Scribe has really started me thinking about Kindle once again. And when I had that first paperwhite way back when, I really enjoyed also using the Kindle app. And so this got me thinking, and I went ahead and got the Kindle app once again and decided to go for the Kindle Unlimited trial. It looks good. Actually, this speaker is perfectly acceptable for this, certainly this use case. It looks quite good even here on my sort of blue wall that I've got in this room. So it's quite good news. Struggling to think of a way to test whether it's 1080 or not, and I think I figured it out. It's being very sketchy as to whether it's 1080p or indeed is 4K. Didn't manage. No, that hasn't worked wirelessly. For DeX, that's disappointing. I'm supposing that's a difference between just standard Miracast on most Android devices and DeX here. So let's see, another Android device. Should have a few. Okay, that hasn't worked on 2 things. Yeah, fine, that's working from YouTube, I suppose. So in London, got it sharing directly from YouTube just fine, but that's just telling the YouTube app on the thing what to do, which again, that's fine, looks good. But it didn't work Miracast from there, and it didn't work Dex from there either. The last thing to try, and what will give us the final say as to what resolution we've got running here, put the laptop on by HDMI and run it that way. It is, by the way, chucking out a lot of heat out of this side. It's working just fine. Yep. Okay, so you can send it a signal, but that has not made it any crisper. So no, I still aren't any closer to knowing whether it's truly a 4K projector or if I'm just sending it a 4K signal and it's interpreting that as 1080. I think it's a 1080p projector. Well, yes, it does seem to be a normal kind of thing for projectors around this price point, that they all say 4K, but then they say native 1080p support. So I guess that is the common kind of marketing trick here. So look out, if you do want a 4K projector, make sure it only says 4K and that it never mentions that it's native 1080p like some of these do. They also mentioned that the launch price would be around £380, but there would be a discount code for us on this channel down to £265. So that's a massive saving and worth checking out. I did incidentally ask Yaber, and they did say, yeah, I can confirm that it accepts a 4K signal, but it will only put out a 1080p resolution image. I thought it'd be wonderful to use the Yaber projector in our conservatory for a bit of a summer evening film night. And yes, it was. It was really easy to set up, and I was really impressed by the way that the Yaber just auto-focused and then auto-keystoned on the screen. The problem that I had was the screen I was using was actually a photography reflector, so it was a bit too reflective and not flat enough. So that was a bit of a no-go. And in any case, we weren't far enough away to get much bigger than our 50-inch OLED TV. But then my wife had the bright idea to take down the picture that we have on one of our living room walls and put the projector as large as we can on that wall, and it looked absolutely brilliant. I will say though, the autofocus did quite a good job. However, I did need to manually focus just to get it sharp enough in the corners. I did think for a moment that I wasn't going to get sharp across the whole thing, and perhaps that needed to be a slightly different positioning of the projector, but actually with the manual focus, I was able just to fine tune it that little bit to make it really sharp across the whole screen. And yeah, we had a really good time. Of course, the built-in speakers isn't quite up to the sort of home cinema system that we have, but there are lots of options to connect external speakers. And so if I was going to use this long term, which I think I might. I think I really might set it up like this and have film nights with the whole family. There's lots of options to connect up that external speaker and have a much better experience of the sound. And to be honest, it wasn't bad for a speaker of that size. The other thing I'd say is, sure, when you do get it projecting at that size, you do notice the difference between 4K and the 1080p. So I'm a little bit unsure why they felt the need to stick 4K on all of the marketing for this, and then you get it and you're going to be disappointed that it's only 1080p. Okay, at this price point, 1080p is perfectly fine, but when you do actually blow it up to this sort of size, you can see the difference between 1080p and 4K. I'd love to try out a Yaber 4K projector in the future. We had a really good night, we watched a bit of Bridgerton and really enjoyed having the screen at that size, so it's certainly something that I'll be doing again.